How to handle an aggressive negotiator like Donald Trump. That's what this video is about. Let me qualify. We are not going to teach you how to handle Donald Trump. We're going to teach you how to handle when a person behaves like what Donald Trump is behaving right now. The point we are making is that it is a negotiation tactic. It's, by the way, a very common negotiation tactic to act aggressive, to ask for the world, to act crazy. So in this video, we are going to look at the 4 ways in which this tactic is used, and 7 different ways in which, 7 steps to which how you can respond when someone behaves very aggressive, very ruthless, and that is the behavior that we are seeing right now. So unless you have been living under a rock, I think you know by now that Donald Trump has imposed massive tariffs on everybody. He spared Mexico, he spared the Indian pharma industry. There are a few exceptions, and conversations are happening, and this has been going on for the last quite a few weeks now. All right. A lot of aggressive negotiators behave exactly the way Donald Trump is behaving right now. And in the business world, it's important for us to identify that this tactic is being used, not be scared, not react emotionally, and react in a very set of very cool, calm ways in which you can handle something like this. All right. Okay, a quick introduction. My name is Maneesh Konkar. On this channel, we come up with inputs on sales, marketing, digital marketing, negotiation skills, leadership, personal productivity. I'm basically a corporate trainer. I've been, training people in sales and marketing for the last 20 years. And we also run a digital marketing agency, and we've got a few courses, online courses. All the links are there in the description, so enjoy. All right, let's begin. So the first point we're talking about is what exactly is this tactic? Okay, so this tactic is that you make a ridiculous first offer. It's a very common tactic used by experienced professionals. Usually in the corporate sector, it comes out like our budget is, and they'll quote a number which is 60% of the number that you have quoted. So if you quote, let's say $100 for a particular product, the client will start with, oh, my budget is $60, or your price is too high, and they'll make all sorts of noises. What Donald Trump is doing right now is there's this very rhetoric, there's a lot of rhetoric that is going on, a lot of posturing that is going on, that America has been ripped off from the whole world and all. Now, we're not getting into that. We're not saying that, this is whether it's true or not true or whatever. The point is that there is a very aggressive ask from the rest of the world. Drop your tariffs, and allow American goods to be exported, and otherwise we will impose huge tariffs on you. And he has already done that. So that's the idea. So first of all, it's a very effective tactic. Okay, why? Because it scares the other person. The other person thinks it's actually true, and the reality can be very different. And what happens is that, let's say you quote 100 rupees, $100, and the other party starts with $60. Now, they are veterans in the industry. They know fully well that your costs are 85% and your profit margins are 15%. But what it does is that it drops you to the bottom of whatever you are prepared to do. So chances are you will straight away go to a 90 or an 86 or 87 or something, and it saves a lot of time and it has the desired impact. All right. Now, this is the game that is being played. And how do you win at this game? First point is that you have to identify these one or more of these 4 behaviors that the other party will be doing. First of all, they will be making ridiculous first offers. Second, they will actually threaten you by taking away business, by threatening to take away business from you. They many times don't take away the business at all. They just threaten to take it away. They act crazy. They'll say one thing today, they'll say a different thing the next day, and keep going back and forth. And sometimes you wonder, hey, whether this guy is logical or not. And you feel you're losing power when you are not talking to an emotional person. It's the emotional person who has that, who has that power. And when you keep saying that you will take some extreme action in the future. So how do we go about responding to such offers? Okay, now let's see. We've seen that it is a super successful offer because it works all the time. And we know one procurement manager in one of our clients' companies who says that vendor ke pehle quote se respond with 60% of their offer. From whatever is the first quote given by the vendor, just respond with 60%. Okay. And what happens is that the vendor ends up dropping to the very least of his profit margin that he is prepared to operate at. Right. Now, if you take a step back, okay, and try and analyze, can the customer really afford to walk away? Sometimes they are totally dependent on you. You find in this Donald Trump tariff situation and all, that he has threatened Indian pharma with tariffs. 50% of all medicines that are imported into the USA are from Indian pharmaceutical companies. So the question is that if he increases tariffs on imported pharmaceutical products, especially products that are imported from India, it will end up increasing healthcare cost for the US population itself. America buys about 9 million cars every year. 3 million of those cars are produced in Mexico and Canada. So the question is, and Mexico has been spared the tariffs in this round. Today we are on the 5th of April as I am recording this video, and this is the point. The first point is to actually step back, and how do you handle this is, can they really take that action that they are threatening? The rhetoric is one part, the emotional craziness that you see is another part of the story. It's all a game, it's all a tactic, and it's important to identify how that works. And there are always counter alternatives. You are never ever dependent on any client out there. You can always develop new clients. So in this video, of course, we are not going to advise the Indian government on how to respond to the offer. What we are going to talk about is that there are plenty of tough negotiators like Donald Trump in the corporate sector. Your boss could be one such person. You got an appraisal discussion happening. How do you go around handling it? That's what we're going to talk about, right? So we're going to talk about 7 ways in which you can handle this. Okay, so the first point is that you stay calm, even if you are being insulted and even if the other person is saying ridiculous things. Don't take it personally. It's just a tactic. No need to feel angry or insulted. What do you mean? What do we mean by saying don't take it personally? Is, how many of you get angry when you're standing at a signal and you're the first car at the signal, and as soon as the signal turns green, 3 people behind you have already started honking. If you're if you're getting angry because of something like that, you are taking it personally. Now, supposing I told you that this man is trying to go, the man behind you who's honking away is trying to go to the hospital because his mother is admitted into the ICU. Now, will you, still get angry? And that's the point, okay? The minute we introduce some more data into the picture, we stop taking it personally. So the first point is, don't take it personally. It's just a tactic. He's doing it with everybody. He's doing it with the whole world. You're not the only person that he's doing it with, okay? Second is focus on the actual action that is being taken, not on the verbal threat. If you look at the data on the subject, Mexico has been spared the tariffs. Small countries have been given a lot of tariffs. China has been given a lot of tariffs, and China has retaliated immediately. But if you look at the actual action, a lot of the Indian pharmaceutical sector has been spared the tariffs. Now, it's a vast topic. We have a little bit of data, and in any case, whatever you and I are knowing is what you and I are reading about in the newspapers. So you're free to have your own opinion on this. But our action here is to draw learnings on how you can stay logical and calm and respond in a winning manner, because you still want to do the business with the other party. Okay, so focus on the actual action, not on the verbal threat. Okay, initially, do not react at all, be neutral. Now, what happens is that when someone is acting in a very aggressive manner and you just step away and refuse to act in that particular manner, the aggressive person looks a little foolish after some time. Okay, so he can't keep on being aggressive with you if you are not responding back. Then his aggression looks like a complete foolhardiness, foolishness, and that is what is happening. If you look at some of the countries, India has not responded. Now, the response may be going through the official channels, but whatever you and I are reading about in the media, Mexico has not responded. Europe has responded. China has responded. And Canada, of course, has responded verbally, and of course with counter tariffs. So the mature reaction to do is, initially, do not react at all, be neutral, right? If it continues and when the action is actually taken, what you do is you respond with an equally ridiculous counter offer. There is no point in behaving logically with someone who is behaving emotionally with you. An emotional response, a ridiculous response, has to be countered with a ridiculous counter offer. Let me give you an example. You have quoted $100 for a particular product. The client starts with $60. The volumes that you were discussing was 10 tons. You say, look, he gave you a ridiculous offer on price. You respond with an equally ridiculous counter offer on volumes and payment terms. You say, sir, instead of buying 10 tons, if you are open to buying 100 tons from us, we may be able to look at a discount. And instead of our regular 30 days payment terms, our payment terms would be 100% advance on this. So he threw a ball in your court. What are you doing? You're not getting emotional. You're not getting angry. You're not getting insulted. You have calmly taken that ball and put it back into the other guy's court. So when someone gets aggressive with you, you respond with an equally ridiculous counter offer. And after that, what you do is you allow him to save face, walk away, no discussion, be a statesman, show respect. Politely suggest that we look at the information and assumptions and rework our offers. Give him time to do that and watch your tone. So what is the idea? Okay, the idea is that you're not getting into a sledging war with the other guy. Okay, he sledged, it didn't work. He's going to stop sledging very quickly. He cannot continue sledging because then he looks like a fool. Okay, so it's important to watch your tone, continue, politely ask them to justify their offer. Say, sir, we gave you an economic logic on why our price is $100, but what is your reaction? You have given $60. What is your calculation for $60? Would you care to explain your side of the argument? Don't just walk away. Always important to give a counter offer, because if you don't give a counter offer, then what is the idea? The point is you're the bad guy. Okay, why? Because I am prepared to do business with you, but because you didn't give a counter offer, you're the one who's in trouble. Okay, so perceptions are important. This is optics, and optics is as important as actually getting a very good financial deal. All right, so this is the idea. 7 ways in which you can counter tough negotiators. Donald Trump is just an example. Nobody knows, by the time you see this video, nobody knows how the trade wars are going to play out. There's a lot of discussions that are going on and a lot of opinions floating around. We thought we'd make this video because the behavior is pretty common. Aggressive behavior in the other party during negotiation skills is a very, very common behavior. It's important for you to learn how to handle it. I'm Maneesh Konkar. If you reached till here, thanks a lot. Have a look at some of our other videos on this channel. A lot of good content there. And share this with your friends, whoever is in the sales team and the marketing team. And if you have a team that needs to be trained on how to sell better and how to negotiate better, reach out to us. Okay. Thank you. I will see you in the next video. Thanks.